and I went over to custom AI agents, and I found the Alex Hermozi GPT, and I clicked on that, and it took me here. And I started a conversation, and it turned out that the ChatGPT didn't know too much about Skool. What I did was I was able to go to the leaderboard, the Skool games, and copied a little bit of detail about what the Skool games is and who the leaders were. I basically wasn't getting the answers I wanted when I asked, how to win the Skool games. But I think it was trained perhaps on more of his $100 million offers and $100 million leads type of content, maybe his YouTube content, I'm not sure. But I basically said to the GPT that the Skool awards the top 10 Skool communities each month. The criteria is based on the people who bring in the most new monthly recurring revenue. Last month, the number one Skool brought in around 65K. Here's the leaderboard. I'd like to win all 10 slots by creating 10 or more schools, each with around 100 grand MRR generated in a single month. And then here was the list of what the winners were. And so now it actually gave me a pretty cool tactical guide. So choose profitable niches, craft irresistible offers, leverage existing audiences, partner with influencers. That's like the number one thing that I'm seeking. So that's good. Optimize onboarding and retention, implement aggressive marketing campaigns, utilize referral programs, monitor and optimize performance, scale rapidly, focus on community building, diversify content and offerings, and then here's an action plan. So 10 high demand niches, develop compelling offers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So this is great. And so what I did next is I went over to StoryTribe, and StoryTribe is cool because I can start to storyboard this system. So what I can do now is start to take the conversation that I had with GPT, turn it into a storyboard. Now, this may take a little while, and there may be a more effective way to get this done. I'm going to turn his head to the right, and you'll see my computer's running a little slow because I've got so many tabs open. But now I can start to kind of frame this, and I'll just go ahead and add in the next speech bubble, and then I'll finish this up on my own. But I just wanted to show you this kind of cool tool for the idea of storyboarding or turning the conversation with ChatGPT, or Alex Hermozi GPT in this case, into more of a visual story, which can be really useful as we get further and further down the pipe. So let's go back to ChatGPT. I'll copy and paste. So I'm just going to copy this portion of the text. I'll go back here. I'll paste that in. I'll make this bigger. And I'll make the text smaller. Okay. And I can give a character, maybe a seated character. So I'll go to legs, and bada boom. You can move that around however is appropriate, but I think that's good for now. Or maybe I'll do this. Again, my computer's running a little slow, so let me go ahead and add a couple more things, and then I'll pause. So if I grab this little node right here, I can connect it to his face, and then I actually want him looking up. So let's take him, let's click on the character, let's have him looking to the left at the other character. Oh, there's no up and to the left, but that's okay. That's good enough. We'll change his hair so it's a different person. I think a little man bun might do the job right there. And then I can go back and forth and start copying and pasting data accordingly, kind of fill in this little story from the ChatGPT. Now that may be a long, monotonous thing, but it does make it a cool thing that when it comes time to present, okay, cool. So, hey, I'm Alex Hermozi's GPT. Cool. All right, here's my prompt. The Skool Games awards the top 10 communities each month. Let's go ahead and do the criteria is based on so-and-so. Last month, the number one Skool community brought in around 65K. And then what I'll do is I'll grab the leaderboard portion and bring that into the next bubble. So I'm going to go ahead and pause that part for now. You can see kind of a cool concept of using the GPTs and then generating a story script or with a visual script. See if there's anything else to mention right now. I think that's it. I'm going to mention one other thing to ChatGPT. Now I'm just going to say, hi, Alex. I love the idea of partnering with influencers. In fact, I'd like to build 100 to 1,000 schools automatically based on curating content from top social media influencers like Alex Hermozi and others who would be perfect niche creators for Skool, niche community topics for Skool communities, and in particular, the type of people who have evergreen content rather than tutorial videos, so it's most accurate and easier to generate lesson content, courses and lessons after training a GPT on all of the public content from the influencer slash teacher who we are building a community for. And then one thing I love to do is say, please use excellent formatting for ease of reading. Please use emojis. Please keep sentences and sentences short and to the point and actionable. Let's see here. I'm not on the latest version of ChatGPT or a paid version, so I don't know if it'll do this, but can you generate me a CSV table of the top influencers you think I should pick, sort them by likelihood to be able to earn 100K per month MRR on Skool based on their existing audience and the evergreen nature of their content, and also based on the monetization capability of their content. Unusual activity. That's weird. All right, well, let's see what we've got up here. So, identify top influencers, train GPT on influencer content, develop community frameworks, automate community setup, partner with influencers, marketing and promotion, scale operations, action plan. Cool. Let's go ahead and hit regenerate. See if I get a refreshed answer. Let's refresh. All right, let's see where it left off. Did it get our last question? Nope, we lost it. All right, so I think the question was, please generate a CSV with the top 100 influencers who you think have the best niches and audiences to convert to 100K per month recurring membership revenue. Please sort by popularity of the influencers, relevance of their niche to be monetized, to be a membership, evergreen content that AI can accurately teach. For instance, AI, we should avoid influencers who teach software tutorials, as AI is not going to do a good job of accurately teaching tutorials. However, AI does do a good job teaching things like evergreen business knowledge, productivity hacks, etc., and all kinds of other niches. Okay, cool. I'm going to say, if you can't do 100, please make a list of 10. Please use as many columns as possible to help me build a database of the type of info I'll want to work with. Let's see what it does. Please generate please generate a $100 million offer based on the fact that I will So what I'm doing is I'm pre-writing my next thing. So please generate a $100 million offer to present in a landing page form to, oh sweet, download file. Please generate a $100 million offer in a landing page form to share the Skool I generated for each influencer with that influencer or their management. The goal is to show them all the amazing work we did for free and offer it to them as a gift, they can simply take it over. It has their initial posts. It has a copywriting GPT ready to go. It has a system for repurposing, for rewriting their existing content into courses and lessons. It has thumbnails in their style already loaded. It has automation sequences already set up with copywriting in place, and the influencer can take it over for free, or they can work with us as partners or as service providers or as both. We're simply thankful for the quality of their content and excited for the opportunity to bring them so much value up front ahead of time that they won't want to say no. Please also list other items will need to generate after the landing page, such as a DSL, email drip sequence, SMS sequence, etc. You can write it in such a way that we can auto things like the influencer's name, name of their school, and more with custom fields. Perfect. Let's see how we do. Love it. A gift just for you. What's inside your Skool community? Fully set up Skool community, AI-powered copywriting GPT, seamless automation, your options. Take it over for free. Partner with us. Why are we doing this? We are immensely grateful. Get started now. Cool. Thank you. Okay, next steps. Sweet. All right, cool. So I'll check that out here in a little bit. I'll come back and see how we can convert that. Let's look at the CSV that this created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Notion now. Let's go to my Notion Auto School here. This is where I'm doing all of my school planning and prep and work and so on. And so I'll just go down to the bottom. I'll make an H2 toggle. Okay, call this Hormozi GPT CSVs. And let's see here. So we want to import CSV. Top influencers. Let's see what it does here for us. Name, niche, popularity, relevance, and evergreen content. Okay, I would have loved some more, but these are good. So Alex, Gary, Marie Forleo, Tim Ferriss, Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, Rachel Hollis, James Clear, Jay Shetty, Grant Cardone. So in theory, if I got these 10 people, we'd be off to the races. And my assumption is probably people more in the 50 to 60 range, or even 30 to 40 range might be the sweet spot, depending on what the scale is, of course. But just the fact that it gets this going is really cool. And then I can start creating more fields and more. So Let's try asking ChatGPT for a more complex CSV file. Can you please add a Can you please make the same CSV but add many more columns? I have custom fields to plug in to the copywriting sequences will generate later, such as course, suggested school name, short description, let's say one-liner school description, why they would, 3 reasons why they'd want to say yes to us. Let's see here. Sample tweet that they can post to invite people to their new school, and as many ideas for columns that you can add. Also, if you can utilize more than 10 influencers, that would be great. And consider that we may also need to add people who are popular but not hard to reach. So there may be a sweet spot on audience size. All right, let's see what we got here. Fingers crossed, we'll probably call it a night after this. And I will definitely do more research onto better ways to convert conversations like this either into videos or into comic book style, something so it feels a little more conversational, a little bit more clear, a little bit more visual. So very curious to see what this comes up with while it's doing that. Let's see here. Click here to take over your school. I like that. Schedule a call to discuss our partnership. Next steps: video sales letter, email drip sequence, SMS sequence, social media campaigns, webinar series. Okay. Please tell me 10 ways to get the new school community that we created as a gift to these influencers. Keep in mind, we are in a sea of people who want their attention. So we need ways to stand out, and or we need to be smart in how we approach their management, contact publicists, or other methods of contacting them or their team. Use emojis and keep the action items short and to the point. Use bolds and other formatting to make this easier to read. Okay, I've reached my limit, so I guess I can't ask that, but at least I got to download this final item. Yeah, let's go back. Scroll down to the bottom. Import CSV. Extended. Name, niche, popularity, relevance, evergreen content, suggested school name, one-liner school description, 3 reasons to say yes, sample tweet, reachability, engagement rate, preferred contact method. Okay, interesting. Engagement rate, excellent, high. Reachability, high. So this is something we might want to sort by reachability. Okay. Let's see what kind of names it came up with. So that's the names of the people, so that stayed the same. This is their business niche. So let's turn this into a select property. That helps. Popularity, relevance. Okay, evergreen score, suggested school name. So let's move that to the left. Okay, we will freeze up to this column. Double click right there to shrink that. Double click there to expand that. Growth Mastery with Alex Hermozi. Hustle and Grind with Gary V. Life Mastery with Mary Forleo. 4-Hour Life with Tim Ferriss. Peak Performance with Tony Robbins. Atomic Habits with James Clear. 10x Success. Lead with Purpose. Simon Sinek. Cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring that down. Popularity, relevance, evergreen. The one-liner description. Let's see, can I wrap this? Wrap column, that helps. Okay, and then what I can do is I can sort this by niche or I can sort this by reachability. So let's sort by reachability. Okay, in fact, rather than sorting that way, let's group by reachability, and then we'll sort in a different way. So let's go ahead and group by reachability. There we go. So now we have high. I don't know where medium went. Let's put medium in the middle. There we go. High, medium, and low. And then secondarily, we can sort by engagement rate, maybe. I don't know. It seems pretty well sorted for now, so I'm not worried about that. Let's change this to a edit property. Let's set that to a select property. Cool. Not sure why that deleted everything, so let's Command Z, undo. Sample tweet. Excited to join. So let's see if I can set up AI autofill on this one. Fill with. I'll do that later. Excited to launch Growth Mastery on Skool. Join me for exclusive insights and growth strategies. Excited to announce Life Mastery on Skool. Transformative coaching. High performance habits. Join Atomic Habits for exclusive insights on habits. These are okay. 3 reasons to say yes. So this is going to be cool. Let's go ahead and wrap this column. Monetize our audience, increase engagement, leverage automated content creation, enhance your coaching reach, foster dedicated community, increase memberships, revenue, blah, 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 expand your brand. Right, because clearly Gary Vaynerchuk doesn't have a big enough brand. It needs to be expanded. That's funny. Monetize, 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 expand your reach. All right, so I can do better, but this is cool. This gives me something to work with as far as, putting together an outreach campaign or starting to think through the organizational structure. This gives me a starting point for me to start thinking through the process. We know that we know who we want to gather. We know how to generate names. I can generate even more awesome names. So for instance, go here and let's do AI custom autofill. Generate an even more awesome school name for this influencer. Save changes. And let's see what it came up with. Growth Masterclass, update text with AI. Empowerment Academy, the High Performance Mastery. All right, fine. That's an example of using AI to autofill. Let's try one more thing that we can have AI do for us. So let's do an AI custom autofill and write me a tweet size sales pitch with emojis. Get the attention of this influencer and share a link to see the fully built school I built for them. Would love for them to take over. Would love to gift to them. Open to giving it or potential for partnership or other arrangement as they see fit. Save changes, try on view, and now we're going to see how this does. This could be it right here. This could be the best part of this process. 32 minutes in. Let's see what we got here. So let's see if I can turn on text wrapping on this column. Sweet. Hey, Alex Hermozi. Unlock unparalleled business growth strategies with Growth Mastery by Alex Hermozi. Monetize your audience, increase engagement, and leverage automated content creation. Join me for exclusive insights and growth strategies. Check out your fully built school here. Hey, Marie Forleo. Check out the fully built school I created for you. It's a gift from me to you with the potential for partnership or any other arrangement you prefer. Transform your life. Sweet. Unlock your full potential with Brendan Burchard's high performance habits. Interesting. So obviously I can do a better job on this content, but darn, does it give us a good starting point, and it created a structure for me to think through how I'm doing this outreach process. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough and this run through and this brainstorm session. You can see some insight into this kind of approach I'm taking to winning the school games and trying to do it in a way that's automatable, repeatable, duplicatable, systemized, and so on. So obviously it's quite a thing to say I'm calling my shot and winning not just once, but all 10 slots, right? I'm not trying to come at it from an ego perspective. I actually think it's easier to try and do it for 10 plus slots or even 100 slots, because then I have to approach it like a system. And by approaching it like a system and a process and designing automations, also having to reverse engineer and work backwards from, okay, I have to hit this high goal of 100 grand a month, MRR in a month. Well, that guides me towards how to go about it and what types of customers to reach out to and what types of misses I need to get in order to make this happen. And am I going directly to the build a fresh audience from scratch? That was my original intent. But then recognizing, hey, building an audience from scratch, building content from scratch and training AI from scratch, so on, that's a few bottlenecks there. It's not impossible. It's certainly doable. It's going to get better and better every month from here on out until it's like unbelievably better than humans, right? Ultimately, by working with somebody who already creates content, that gives me somebody to host the events. It gives someone who already has a big audience. All they are is one tweet or one post away from getting a lot of people to their school. They have a lot of content that can literally just be curated and posted and organized into school course format. Playlists can even be taken from, for instance, YouTube videos and then turned into a YouTube to article generator, and then kind of turned into a lesson format with maybe quizzes at the end or handouts or whatever. So there are various ways we can do it. We can also generate GPTs for these people, embed that into the course, And every one of these courses could have a GPT. It could have lessons based on things like YouTube videos, which are organized into playlist formats as the modules and the lessons, with gamification, with unlocks, with posts ready to go for the posting community, with suggested names for events, and so on. In fact, check this out. Let's go to custom autofill. Give me 5 bullet points for 5 weekly recurring events that you suggest. Use a name. Use clever names for the events to match the brand and topics of this influencer. Use emojis to make each event title stand out. Save changes for us to post on Skool.com. 5 recurring Zoom events. Q&A examples. The types are Q&A, podcast, so Q&A, podcast, happy hour, working session. Let's see here. Anything else? Workshops, etc. Save changes. Let's try it. Let's see what it generates. I better plug in my battery real quick. Something tells me my computer might speed up now that I've plugged in my power adapter. We'll see. And let's turn on wrapping. Growth Talk. Join Alex Hermozi for a weekly Q&A session on business growth strategies and get your burning questions answered. Growth Mastermind. Tune in every week as Alex Hermozi hosts blah, blah, blah. Growth Mixer. Growth Co-working. Growth Workshop. Mastermind Mondays. Podcast Power Hour. Happy Hour Hangout. Co-working Club. Creative Workshops. Cool. High Performance Q&A, High Performance Spotlight. This is for Brendan Pritchard. High Performance. That's funny. Atomic Q&A, Atomic Podcast, Atomic Happy Hour, Atomic Co-working, Atomic Workshops. Nice. Let's do this. Let's add a AI custom autofill. Need a standardized prompt to use with an image generator that matches the brand, style, and colors of this influencer. We'll be using this prompt to generate all the thumbnail images, fonts, all the thumbnail images for course thumbnails, lesson thumbnails, graphics, and more. So thus I will copy and paste this portion of the prompt to tell the image generator what style to create, and then I can have a blank space to customize what I want the image generator to create in that style. Save changes, and let's try that out. Don't charge me. Can I try on just this view, please? Sweet. All right, so text one was new school names. Oh, my computer is slow. Okay, let's wrap that. And since I'm going to keep on going anyways, why not go ahead and let's try copying this. So this would be Alex Hermozi. Let's go to ideogram.ai. It's taking a little while to load. Design a visually appealing professional image that matches the brand style and pose. The image should reflect the theme of business growth. Okay, cool. Just graphs and okay, this color scheme should predominantly include shades of blue and white. Okay, cool. So now what I want to write is typography. Generate a thumbnail image with the for a community business called back to Notion. Growth with Alex Hermozi. And let's generate. And then while that's loading, create a logo. We'll do that in that style. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Generate. And let's do a poster. And I'll go to poster 9x16 size. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go back here. We'll add in poster and I'll hit generate. And of course, this is all going to be doable with an automation because what I'm doing now manually can be automated by copying and pasting Notion to ideogram or using Leonardo or through GIs and Zaps and things like that. So that'll be better. And let's see what we've got here. Growth mastery, unlock your full potential. Decent. We can do better and better, but not a bad start. And the fact that we can fill in stuff real quickly is the key. And of course, we can go in and edit things later if he decides to partner with us and have us go in and fix everything up, touch things up, or have his graphic design team go in and redesign what we put in his style. This is a very quick way to generate placeholder content. And of course, can edit the prompts to do even better here. So interesting ideas. Growth mastery with Alex Hermozi. Interesting. That one's not bad. And of course, we could ask for more ideas to copy from. We can enhance our prompts even more as we get further along. Let's look at the poster. Very interesting. So it gives us something to play with and to learn from. But the nice thing is that this is all information we can use to autofill and create example content. And of course, AI is going to get better, and our prompts are going to get better. And this is what I've been able to do in 47 minutes. Um, just having kind of thought off the top of my head. Here's some examples of thumbnails I did with Tiny Gnomes as the brand and the style. So you can see we can get nice and clever, especially as we really start to get the prompts right. So anyways, that was inspired by Alex Hermozi GPT, which I found in a link from the OS Skool community. And thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun.